Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Owning an iPhone seems like an inevitability. If you don't have an iPhone, well, what's wrong with you? I'm just kidding. Although there are quite a few of us who do happen to own iPhones, and I still appreciate mine, even though at first I didn't appreciate it. Didn't realize what I would appreciate most about it. And true to form, as I seeded the idea of doing top 5 lists as written by you, our community at large, either on YouTube or at live.pirillo.com. Someone else has sent in a top 5. He sent it to chris@pirillo.com. That's my email address. This top 5 is the top 5 things that this guy, Robert, would like to see improved on the iPhones in terms of their use as a PDA, a personal digital assistant. So he's comparing the iPhone more to a Windows mobile device, like a Pocket PC, as they used to be called, or specifically to a device running Palm's operating system, which is really, really outdated. A PDA typically handles your email, calendar, tasks, notes, etc., etc., and for the most part, the iPhone is a halfway decent PDA. But much like software across the rest of the galaxy, the iPhone could stand to be improved upon. So I'm reading directly from Robert's email on these items. Hi Chris, I enjoy your YouTube channel and blogs. I've listed my top 5 beefs, re the iPhone's calendar application. iPhone is a super great phone and internet appliance. That's pretty much what I believe too. But I find it to be mediocre at best as a PDA. In fact, if I didn't already have a MacBook with iCal open all the time, I'd have likely returned the iPhone. I routinely have between 50 and 80 appointments a week, most of which are repeating appointments, and constantly have clients calling me asking about possible appointments. Most of my beef with the iPhone is in regards to the calendar. I suppose I should preface this with the fact that I've used a Palm-based PDA for 6 to 7 years, and from that perspective, I've developed a set of essential functions and expectations from a PDA. I've used the iPhone for a couple months, and while overall it's pretty cool, previously I carried a Palm Tungsten, a 20 gig iPod, and a mobile phone, but it's sort of like having a super sexy secretary who is not very good at her job. His words, not mine. Number 1, speed. I don't hear this talked about very much, but the iPhone is slow. On a Palm OS device, the calendar or any module of the software appears instantly. The iPhone usually takes 7 to 8 seconds to wake the phone and get the calendar to open. That is way too long. The workaround for Apple's unforgivable omission of a task management module is to use online to-do lists online, but they are way too slow as well. Number 2, copy and paste functionality. When I see a client, I immediately make a note, date stamped within the appointment, so I have a running history of dates and topics for that particular client. This date must be typed every single time, and it's pretty silly to have to do that. Copy and paste or some sort of shortcut to enter repeating text would be very welcome. This feature should be available anywhere within the phone, not just the calendar. Number 3, more iCal, to-dos, etc. iCal is a perfectly good calendar and task management program. Since the iPhone uses OS X, can't we just have the real iCal on board the phone too? If someone asks me, what times do you have available? At present, iPhone's calendar can only be viewed 1 day at a time. For heavy calendar users, the weekly landscape view is essential. I would also like to be able to drag appointments around to reschedule them. Another Palm thing. Well, I'm going to stop you right there, and I'm going to open up my phone's calendar application and show you that indeed you can change the view of your calendar. By default, it would scroll on the day, but you can type by month, by list, and there's, look at that, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I got my weekly view just at the top of the screen. Just choose the type of view you want to look at. So it may not allow you to drag and drop things around as easily, but certainly you can maneuver through the views. Number 4, connectivity between appointments and contacts. Most of the people I ever make appointments with are in my contacts. There should be a way for me to open a contact and have the option of making an appointment from within there, rather than have to retype the person's name. Additionally, or instead of, I could tap on a client's name inside an appointment and access their contact info. That would be great too. Additionally, notes within the appointment should have hyperlinked contact info like email. I love to copy and paste directions and contact info into the note that pertains to that appointment. I would also like to have an address to open Google Maps and a phone number dialing the phone. Number 5, not really calendar related, but have you ever noticed that if you try to move an email, say from the trash back to the inbox, that it doesn't go there? In fact, it's now in neither location. It's just gone forever. Man, I hate that. Sorry for the long-winded rant. Rob. And, I think these are good ideas for suggestions. Certainly the copy and paste is something that would be useful to have. And I completely understand where he's coming from. I would appreciate this kind of functionality as well. I mean, who wouldn't want a faster device no matter what the device was? iCal and any kind of calendar management can be a bit more full-featured. I haven't had any issues with it, though. After living in Windows Mobile and Palm operating system environments, I like the iPhone. In fact, I've mitigated a lot of synchronization between the phone and the desktop by using Plaxo, which is a free service I talked about a few months ago that allows you to synchronize to-do lists and calendars and contacts across operating systems and different web-based systems. So if you want to synchronize your Google Calendar with Outlook, you can use Plaxo. If you want to synchronize iCal with Outlook and Google Calendar and Yahoo, you can do that for free with Plaxo. Plaxo.com. Although I don't think it's going to address Rob's issues necessarily, it certainly is something that I wanted to bring up again, just because I'm pretty sure if you missed that first video, I wanted to say it again because it's something that has been useful for me. I think Apple is certainly going to improve the iPhone over time. They have already, in the short time that it's been out, issued some firmware and software updates for the iPhone. But they're also opening up an SDK, allowing developers to create apps or extend the functionality of existing apps on the iPhone. So if you don't see it today, and if Apple's not going to deliver it for you, maybe a third party is going to deliver it. And the iPhone, I got to tell you, is a fantastic mobile device. It's a great PDA. I have very few qualms with it, and I'm happy that Apple released it. I just never thought I would ever say that about this or anything from Apple for that matter. So what do you think about the iPhone as a PDA? Are you sticking with it? Are you thinking about it? Do you have any other issues with it? Are they issues that are surmountable? Let me know. Email me, chris@pirillo.com. Of course, you're also welcome to send in your top 5 tips or suggestions or ideas about anything, whether it's related to technology or not. I'd love to share it with the rest of our community. You're also welcome to swing by the chat room anytime, day or night, where we're typically talking tech, sometimes hardware, software, web services. You never really know what we're talking about, but the only way to really find out is to stop by. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.pirillo.com. Will you later?